Hello and welcome to YASSERTV. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome. This is a match preview for West Ham versus Chelsea. Of course, I had to get the main man, the only West Ham fan alive. The only West Ham fan that I know. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I had to get mics on, and obviously, I mean, look, this seems to be, in recent time, this seems to be the only time we do content. You know what I mean? So you gotta just, you know what I mean? You gotta just make sure you get it done, but. I remember because the last time we done it last minute, it was at 11 o'clock. Yeah, the game was at like 1. You know what I mean? But it was like,
Yeah,
listen,
something like that. Yeah.
work rate. You know what I mean? Work rate, it's work rate. But obviously, first and foremost, big up to you. Thank you for coming on. And yeah, what are you telling me, man?
Oh, all good, man. All good. It's good to be back on the channel, man. Good to be back on the channel. Definitely need to do more content throughout the season and stuff like that as well. So yeah,
Well, to
yeah,
be
it's good to
fair
be
though,
back
you
on,
do a
man.
lot anyway. Like, that's why I asked you when you're going to do whatever you like, when you're available. And I started looking at I went on the channel just for jokes, and then I started seeing the schedule, you know, because you usually post it. I was like, okay, yeah, so can't be this time. Can't, and then obviously, you know what it is? That's why I messaged you today, because I looked at it. I said, well, I can't do the evening, because got to get take my brother to the airport later. So that's going to be that. And then if I say do the later one, you got Elijah. Tomorrow we both can't do tomorrow. Then you have Thursday, but the game's on Friday. So if anything pops up, none of us will end up doing anything, innit? And I thought, yeah, man, let's just get it over and done with, you know. And I was like, yeah, you know what's funny though? Even me asking you to do the preview was a bit weird. You know, let me tell you why though, yeah. And I was like, we know he's fuming about West Ham. They're asking him, you know what I mean? Like, hey, yo, do you want to do a preview? You know, you get it. I was like, because obviously we cool in it. So me asking you, I was never scared about that. But it was like,
Yeah.
he's not really in the right place. He might pull up the boxing gloves when he start asking too many questions, you know. But obviously we've
Oh,
seen that, innit? We've seen that, and not gonna lie. I don't know when your game was. Your game on Friday? It was
Saturday.
Saturday, so it was the same time as our game. Was it before? I think it was the
It was
same
before.
time.
No, because you was on Sunday. It was Saturday, three
Oh yeah.
p.m.
So yeah. See, me Saturday I was busy, so it must have been the same time as the City game or around that. So I've left. I've come back, and I didn't watch the game because I watched a bit of the City game, left, and then missed some of the goals. So I watched the Spurs game, which I think was before that. Yeah. So imagine I'm
Mm-hmm.
chilling there, I'm thinking, yeah, whatever, Sunderland, cool. And I remember you saying, yeah, you could lose the game. You've been
Yeah.
since the whole thing came out, the whole like the schedule and that. I mean, no, since Sunderland got promoted, when you done, remember when they got promoted and you watched the playoff final, yeah? You said,
Yep.
yeah, if we play them, we'll probably get beaten. And I was like,
Yep.
all right, yeah, cool. You know, it's probably Mike's being toxic and negative, whatever they like to call it. And then I was like, cool. And then I was seeing the schedule, and you were saying, yo, listen, Sunderland first game, Sunderland first game. And I was like, yeah, he might be cooked, you know. But then I watched the pre-season. Now, pre-season, you guys did play a little bit well, yeah, because I've also seen Paqueta in midfield, and I thought maybe it'll work, because it reminded me of when Potter put Enzo in it a bit further
Yep.
forward, and we had Felix, and instead of him, kind of, you know, so you know how some managers have the same way of playing, they just put a different,
Mm.
similar player in that same position, and it does the job.
Yep.
I thought, oh, maybe that'll work, bro. I watched the highlights, and I was like, so I watched your match reaction before I watched the highlights, because I
Mm.
think Prime posted it, and I saw you holding the gut boxing gloves. So what I done is I've gone to my phone app, yeah, refreshed to see the score, and then I realized you lost. So that's before me even knowing the score, and I was like, I gotta watch this. Yeah, so bro, tell me about obviously the game, and tell me what you thought of what happened in that game, because obviously I didn't watch it.
Like, joy is the start wasn't that bad. The first half wasn't that bad in general because the whole thing is that the problem with us is that we are not good in possession, but we started to be good at pressing. But it's like
Mm.
when we get the ball, what are we going to do with it with that midfield? So we weren't really progressing the ball like that because when you play Guido Rodriguez and James Ward-Prowse, the lack of ball progression is there. And the problem is we've been playing Freddie Potts all pre-season only for him to be dropped for Guido Rodriguez, and we've been trying to get rid of the old core. but he's playing the old course still till this day, and I don't. The reason why I don't get that is because we keep bringing in managers that supposedly want to play the youth players that are actually ready to step up for West Ham, but they don't actually have the balls to do it. Freddie Potts didn't get a single minute, even though he's our best six, and that was a big problem. James Ward-Prowse seems to be a Potter favourite, which I don't know what he sees in him, because Potter likes technical players. He likes technical midfielders. Like at his time at Brighton. I said this before. As soon as Potter got appointed, we need better midfielders. We haven't bought one single midfielder since Potter's been here. We've not bought a single midfielder since Graham Potter's been here.
And you're getting rid of Thingy as well, innit? You're getting rid of the Alcaraz, whatever
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name is.
Yeah, Alvarez. Yeah, he needs to go though. He's part of the problem. That's the him, Ward-Prowse, and Rodriguez are all part of the problem. They're all slow. They don't progress the ball. They don't have any physicality. They don't tackle properly. Like that's a big problem for me. And the thing is, you can play Paquetá in that role. But you gotta have people around him. At least like even when you guys were transitioning in your midfield, you still had more competent players than we did. It just wasn't competent for your level. Like with us, they're just not competent in general. And that's why I'm not aggressive with the whole Potter out thing, even though I am Potter out, because the problem is we're so close to just being stable. Not doing anything mad, but just stable, just being whatever. And I wouldn't even be happy with mid-table this season, but we are so close to just being back to being like non shit. Like that's just that. Like that we're just that close because we can alter it in certain areas in the lineup, and we can buy a couple players, and then we're calm. But he chooses to play Paquetá, Ward-Prowse and Rodriguez next to Paquetá, which just hinders him. He has no one to combine with, and this lack of wingers thing is very bemusing for me, because playing Wan-Bissaka in third centre back and then playing a winger there would be much better than just playing Wan-Bissaka right wing back. But because Bowen's on the right, he does that weird shit where it's like one winger has to be there, one winger has to be here. So there's so much reliance on Diouf down the left hand side. And that's a big problem for me. There's too much reliance down one player on each side, Diouf and Bowen. And as much as they have a good link up, much as Fulcrook can link up well with Bowen, it's just not enough. We need more energy off the bench. We need more energy in the starting 11. And we can't be affording to buy squad players when we have starters. And that's a big problem. And a lot of it has been reliant upon Potter putting us in a good structure defensively. So, not like in the first half, we saw that. Well, defensively, we'll calm. But the problem is when these players start making mistakes, that's when it lets the team down. And our defenders keep making mistakes. Kilman's starting to get on my nerves a bit. I'm trying to give him enough chances. I think he's better in wider areas. But when he's central of a back three, he's turgid. Again, it's terrible. He's terrible. He's the most overhyped player we have right now. I don't understand why people like him. He hasn't been good since the World Cup. And since that injury, he has not been the same. So there's a lot of problems at West Ham. And that's why I don't have any confidence going into any of these games. And I feel like I'm right in doing so, because Sunderland can't just buy Xhaka and Diarra after just getting promoted and have a better midfield than us. That's ridiculous. We haven't bought a midfielder, but they bought two that are better than all of our midfielders.
You're right. Listen, you're right, innit? Because I've watched enough of your content and watched West Ham, but at the same time, yeah, I've also seen. I was in a similar situation with Chelsea, where even though it's different on the table, and different where we are on the table, it's the same thing, innit? So what I mean by that is, how can I explain this? So it's like, when you're close, it's just the concept of being close and only needing to do a little bit more to be in somewhere else, even though obviously you're talking about different places in the table, wherever. It's a different, the circumstances are different, but it's the same thing for me. And I've always said, I think that's usually when you get frustrated the most, innit? Where you realise that all they need to do is get this player or that player, and it can link up the whole thing better. So let's say you need this one midfielder. Let's say, look at United now. If they get a Baleba, he takes them levels above where they are now. Having that hole in midfield is affecting them massively. Whereas our issue could be a centre back, your issue could be a forward, right? But as a fan, that's when you get frustrated the most. When you know that if I get this player, that solidifies my position in the top four. Whereas your one this season is, if you get that one player, you make sure you stay up and maybe can do better than staying up, innit? Or be slightly higher on the table. And I think, those things, bro, I know exactly what you're talking about. They're annoying, bro, because you're just looking at the transfer window, and like you said, Sunderland's buying Xhaka and that. And that's a player that you could probably do with in midfield. If you can get that kind of player who, is probably not, maybe not the best player that can play for the top players. I mean, top teams in the league right now, but maybe can do a good job for your team and keep you up, and then X, Y, and Z in it. And I think those are the things a lot of people don't think of, and they just think, well, let's wait to the end of the season, or it's too late. But you're one of the first ones that told me that West Ham can get relegated, and I think you said
Yep.
that to me in the first preview we ever done last year. So
Mhm.
you said that to me, and I was thinking, nah, this guy's taking a mick, bro. You know, what is he talking about? But then the more I started watching West Ham and started looking into it, because when you start to have friends that are do with West Ham content, you watch it more than normally, innit? You focus on it
Yep.
a bit more, similar how we focus on Arsenal stuff or United stuff more than usual, yeah. And you start to realize, oh, if they haven't replaced this guy, or this guy's still here, or because I remember when you bought that, was it the Hala guy, the striker,
Yep.
and he was
Yeah.
supposed to be good. He never done his thing, left and started doing his thing, and then you get another guy and he doesn't work out. So there's been a lot of things, getting rid of managers a couple of times. I remember you had Moyes a couple of times, then you had that Croatian manager a couple of times going. I
Yeah.
think he,
Village. Yeah.
yeah, he went and come back, and it just feel like they're not doing enough to make sure you stay up. It's almost like they seeing whether the club can keep itself up by not doing anything, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, what?
Oh.
You know, it's like you keep telling the club, I dare you to get relegated. You know what I mean? I dare you. At
Yeah.
some point, it will happen, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
bro.
the more the quality improves in the table, the more you get caught out. There's certain seasons you can get away with it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? When it's like, you know what, we weren't good, but because this team and that team and that team weren't that good, cool. Obviously, this season, I think people are saying maybe Bournemouth, West Ham. Everyone's saying West Ham now. You know what I mean? It weren't
Yeah,
cool.
they're saying it now. It's fashionable now. It's
Yeah,
fashionable
it
to say it
wasn't
now.
cool when you said it, but
No, it won't. It
it
won't.
wasn't cool when you said it. But now everyone's saying it, and I think, yeah, you can go get Stiller, but Stiller has so many players, that big teams that want him.
Yeah,
Where
that's the problem.
unless they tell him, you know what, you can get game time over here, and he knows that he won't get that at where if he goes to another club, maybe that's when they start thinking about it. A lot of the times with those players, innit? Yeah, big up Melon as well. Big up Melon. We are the famous
Big up, Melon.
CFC. Big up Godfrey, Abdi Mas Prime as well, and Benji. Look, I'll go quickly over to my game, innit? Because, bro, so you know the weekend was so rubbish. For
So
me,
bad.
I think for both of us, obviously, even though we only drew and you lost, it was still annoying because it was like,
Yeah.
we saw some good entertaining football on Friday, and then it went to it went to Saturday, and it was like my game was dead, bro. So with us, yeah, I don't know what Prime told you. I watched some of that, but I don't remember as much because sometimes it just goes left, and then your shows like to go left, and people are focused on
Yeah.
other things. But he's clipped that, innit? That bit. He's clipped that little match reaction, and he edited it, and then Elijah was reacting to it, which happened when you were live, yeah. But
Yeah.
I agree, innit? My thing was we looked nervous, bro. Like our game was literally, because the weird thing is, and our confidence came from us watching. Obviously, the club World Cup final. Everyone thought we were gassed from that, whatever. But then we wanted to see the same thing in pre-season, at least, or we wanted to see how we were going to be back from that, considering we didn't have a lot of rest. Because if you think about it, PSG had rest all the way to the final, so they literally
Yeah.
didn't even have pre-season. Now you saw in their game that they were looking leggy. Yeah, I mean, they couldn't even do step overs and that. You're thinking, what's going on here? You remember they couldn't even beat their man. It was like Quara was
They
just
could.
kicking people left, right, and center, and like those things were happening, innit? So I was thinking in my mind, yeah, we need to bro. We came back, we beat up Ten Hag, slapped him on his head. The football looked good, and I was thinking, okay, this is a continuation from the PSG thing, and we looked sharp, which was also something that was a bit, we were a bit, not shocked, but it was like, okay, cool, we're good. We know that we're good here. Yeah, big up to Zay for the raid as well, man. Big up, my bro.
Big up.
Big up Zay. And what then happened was, AC Milan we played, we cooked them as well. The players that come on, and what gave us confidence is that the players that came off the bench just done their job, innit? They literally, you took players out and we still played the same way, and I was like, okay, this looks good. The lap scoring, João Pedro, everyone's scoring. All right, you go to Crystal Palace and everyone looks nervous. And I thought that's the bit that a lot of people are, not talking about. They just think we performed badly. We just didn't do enough. I feel like, sometimes with us, yeah, the bigger teams, you go to like a West Ham and you think at some point we'll score.
Yeah.
And then you concede early and it's like, do you remember when Ruiz punched Joshua? It's a bit like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that where you realize like, is that I heard, who was it? I think Don said that yesterday. It was that, bro, it was like, oh, we never recovered from that. And it was just like, we didn't create enough. And a lot of people are saying this whole Colwill would have passed the ball through. That listen, Colwill don't create for us up front, innit? that whole thing don't
that's
work.
true.
Our defense was all right, and obviously Achapong dealt with Mateta well, considering how good Mateta is and how much trouble he gives the back line. Yeah, the free kick. Listen, some people will say he's whatever, like what I mean, that free kick with the wall thing, Gahey. Listen, some people will say they got done dirty, and some people will say nah, it was calm. My thing was, they said you can't interfere with the wall. All right then, if you can't interfere with the wall, I hear it. But if it was two players pushing each other, that's a different thing. That's a different thing, innit? All right, whatever.
Yes,
Either way, that Hondo from SWAT should have saved it. He didn't. It went through him like a hologram. That's another problem. And then in the game, who was it? I think Enzo didn't look match fit at all. And he barely played, like, you know what it is? He barely played any pre-season games anyway. I think he only played one of them, 45 minutes. Now, I don't know if he wasn't fit or the manager wanted to try everyone else out, so never really gave him minutes. That was a bad performance from him. And then the rest, it was just like, we just passed around for a while, innit? Until the game was to the end. And then, us here, we have this thing at Chelsea. When it goes into extra time, it's when we finally realise we have to hurry up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you start seeing crosses into the box. Like, we did it before when João Pedro was on there. But Crystal Palace done this thing well. Obviously, they're playing that 3-4-3. And you had 4 people in midfield, yeah? Just swarming Palmer. And then you had those 3, Lacroix and Gahey and that around surrounding, what's it called? João Pedro.
Rich. Yeah.
So, yeah, Richards as well. So my thing was just maybe at some point bring on Delap. He was a bit more physical. Let's see what he does, innit? That sometimes it's just not that player's day that started. So he brings him off at like 80 minutes, like 70th minutes. He bring in one. He's a bit more physical. We had a few opportunities. I think Estava had a shot. Santos had a shot that went over the bar. Is what it is, isn't it? But it's like you realise at some point, okay, you know what? Yeah, we're not gonna win this. Cool, but I'm not that stressed because this is probably, I don't mind this happening now, even though I wanted to win. Obviously, everyone wants to win their first game, yeah. But when you get your first game and you lose, the players know how it feels to lose or draw because they didn't get the result that they wanted, yeah. So now you better win the next game and the next game. You get it? So you start building up from that. And I mean, listen, I can't lie. Yeah, respectfully, Max, this if you needed any game to get your confidence back up, it's West Ham, bro.
Oh, I hate this shit, man.
It's mad. Like, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. So I looked and someone told me, yo, it's West Ham next. Because I'm bad with, like, you know how some people say to you, our first 5 games are West Ham. That I can't do that.
Yeah,
I'm one of them people, I have to go and check again because I can never always focus on that. So I've gone and checked. I was like, yeah, I need to chat to Mike still. Because, West Ham next Friday? All right, cool. But that's when, obviously, what happened in our game. And then obviously you had the Arsenal game, which was another boring game. And obviously I don't know why I did the watch. I only done the watch along because my brother was with me. And he's a United fan. I was like, listen, he was like, yeah, we'll do a watch along. I said, cool. So I bought him on and that. And yeah, man, I was thinking, yeah, this is boring, innit? And that's the difference. Obviously, you've lost a game. We've drawn a game, but people are losing their head. It's the first game. And bro, I can't lie. Obviously, everyone else is gonna play a different kind of Crystal Palace once they lose Eze, which you heard about today as well, yeah. And Gay, it's not gonna be the same. But with those players, bros, they're hard to beat, and they've come from a confident game from the Community Shield. They've just beaten, Liverpool. So it was always us trying to figure out our game, and them just being on the front foot. Where it's like, we've just won a game, yeah, we're not gonna lose, and they kind of done us, said it. So I hear it. So we both need a win. I
Yeah.
just hope we don't get done by Potter, bro, because that we will really need it, you know.
Oh yeah, because bro, every time West Ham play, the Chelsea fans flood my comments with stuff about Potter, with stuff about the boys gave everything, stuff about like the Potter out and all this, like even before I was Potter out and all that. Like it's just long, man. Playing Chelsea whilst being on YouTube is long because I know so many Chelsea content creators. I know so many Chelsea fans. There's Chelsea fans in my comments all the time. It's long, and I never look forward to playing Chelsea. Usually at home, we used to like have a decent record against you lot,
Hmm.
but Lopetegui destroyed that. Lopetegui destroyed that last year.
Yeah.
That was the worst. That was one of the worst games I've ever watched in my whole entire life. And I'm a West Ham fan,
Oh,
so I
is
know
it the
what
one
shit
where
looks like.
is it that's the one we dominated? Jackson scored two, or was it a
Yeah,
hat trick? Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Tosin was
Jackson walked
chilling.
through. Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah. Near post.
that
I
was
remember
just
that.
such a turgid game, man.
Yeah.
But I don't think. I can't even say I don't think it's going to be that bad because we literally just lost 3-0 to Sunderland, so it could be that bad. But if we play like that at home, oh my God, if we play how we did against Sunderland at home against Chelsea, it doesn't matter if you're at home because the London Stadium will never feel like home. So the home stadium thing doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit when you're West Ham. Like you're playing a neutral venue basically. It's like you're playing neutral games all the time when you're at home. We don't have home games. There's no atmosphere there. And also, if Chelsea score early, the atmosphere will get toxic. It's not a good place. It's not a good time to be a West Ham fan right now. We're
Hmm.
just running out of patience. Like we're just here to just wig out the owners. It honestly, I could genuinely see it getting really, really bad on Friday because I'm going to be at the game as well. So
Ooh.
I'm going to see it getting really, really bad. Like if people remember, like when the fans went on the pitch all them years ago at the London Stadium, it could be that bad again. I generally think it could,
Yeah.
because the fan base is generally so toxic right now. When West Ham fans get discontent, oh my God, it is the worst. It is the worst. And do you know what's so funny? Like people will be like, "Why are you booing? Why are you this? Why are you that?" I rate the West Ham fans for having like in real life, having a standard, and they're being like, "This is shit. No matter what this is just shit." Like they're not afraid to boo. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, because what is there to get behind? You can't just like cheer for the sake of it. Ah, it's okay. Just support the club. Just get behind it. Like no, no. There's nothing to get behind.
Hmm.
There's nothing there. So Friday night as well, bro. People just come back off work. People just come back off work. They go to Stratford to watch West Ham. Like they're trying to like they're looking forward to the weekend. That's gonna spoil their whole weekend. That's gonna spoil
That's what I'm
everything.
saying. Yeah, especially if you get, you know what it is. Yeah, I'm not trying to come off with the whole cheeky thing, but my thing is, yeah, if you really get beaten, because remember we've
Mm,
also now everyone's disappointed. We haven't played well first game. Usually there's supposed to be a reaction. I feel like
yeah,
if you just get beaten 2-0, whatever, maybe that's normal, innit? You get it, like where it's like we've lost the game, let's move. I think if it becomes like an embarrassment, it gets worse. And I've started to see recently, like I think it's Lawless and some other West Ham fans talking about the club is not run properly, and that. I never used to hear that before. It was only you that
mm,
I used to hear people say that. Everyone else was like, eventually we'll be better. You know what I mean? Da, 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 da. Or they still talk about the club. What's that? The Conference League. They always still talk about that, and
yeah,
I'm thinking, that it's been years now. Do you know what I'm saying? And what I do rate about your fans is actually that there's, like you said, they have that thing where if they don't feel like something's going right, a lot of the times, more like the match going fans and not the ones on the internet, because you're the
yeah,
only one that's vocal. Everyone else is quiet. I don't know anyone else. Like I said, I'm not even lying. Everyone that I've seen, I already know that they're West Ham fans because it says it on the title. Sometimes you just think it's a neutral fan. You just think, nah, nah, nah. Bro, what are you talking about? But a lot of the times, it's only recently I started hearing them say, okay, the club's not being run well. But that's like saying, okay, you've realized you're running out of money now. You know what I mean? We know they start realizing, okay, I know I've been work for a while. I've been chilling
hmm
too much. Okay, okay, I need to start. I'm in danger. Whereas you could have thought from early that if you keep spending that money, you can be in danger. Whereas you saw it from early, where these people only realized when they got the text message from the bank saying your balance is
hmm
low. You know what I mean? Your balance is low.
when your
So
card declines.
yeah, the car's declining that. But I've always said that, and I feel like I have to give, obviously, I do have to give props to some of your fans, and I feel like at some point, if it doesn't look right, they'll end up speaking up, and I think that's important. That every fan have to have that, bro. Otherwise, what, it's too late. Because once you go down, you can never guarantee to come back up.
No,
Like I've
can't.
seen it, bro. I've seen it with Birmingham City, bro. What these men are
Mm.
saying? There's ghosts underneath the pitch, and bro, they got all these reasons why they don't win no more, bro. Like I mean, so you start realizing, you start blaming luck on that. But in reality, like you said, it's kind of known though that it's your ownership. I think it's the
Yeah.
easiest thing to think about is that it's your ownership. So I don't understand why they haven't sorted it out. Does that make sense?
Th-
I feel like this
yeah.
is where I feel like the fans, even though I rate them for what they do when things don't go well, that they
Mhm.
have a voice and they do speak up. I feel like, but it's very difficult to see why they haven't taken that next step to get the owners out. If it's getting as bad as it's getting, does that make
Yeah.
sense?
I think the problem is like we went so ham in 2018 and like protesting and like throwing coins at them or running on a pitch and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're making our name. Like we feel like we've done everything and they're just not going to leave. But the problem is that the pro- the problem is that people like me, people like Lawless, people like E20, all the
Yeah.
YouTube channels, we've been saying about ownership for years. Like for as long as I can remember, for as long as I've been watching football, they've been our owners anyway. So it's been a very long time, and that's the big problem. And the problem is now that what is the next step for us now is like we can't march, we can't fucking. People aren't going to just stop going. The thing is, people arrive to the stadium to then leave in like the 60th minute, like genuinely leaving in the
Mm.
60th minute because like I get it. The London Stadium, nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to be there. There's no comfortability there. There's no enjoyment being there. There's no atmosphere. Like you talk to your mates, maybe you talk to your family, but that's it. Then you want to leave. Then you want to leave because like 60 or 65 minute, people are gone. Because some people need to get the last train. Some people need to get the last train on a Friday on a weekend, so they're just fucking off. They're on the other side of Essex or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. But like we don't know what the next step is. I think the problem is like if we don't turn up, there's gonna be a bunch of random people that turn up to the London Stadium because our stadium is known as a tourist attraction now. It's a
It's
tourist
right next to
attraction.
Westfield, isn't it?
Yes, so like random people are turning up to our games because it used to be the Olympic Stadium.
Yeah.
Like I sit quite high up, so every time behind me it's just random neutrals. It's random neutrals from random places all the time.
Yeah, because this is years ago now. I remember I was somewhere and then my cousin was like, "Listen, we need to go to that Westfield." I was like, "Cool." We drove, because we were in, I don't know, we were in somewhere in Northwest. We ended up going there for
Mm.
whatever reason. We needed to go to that side. I remember going, and I wasn't, sometimes, yeah, I'm not always aware about where we are and wherever. I hear two mics. Mm, I don't think so. How can you hear two mics, bro? There's not mics. It's like, bro, is layering his voice.
Oh shit!
No, is it good now? One sec. Is it good now?
I don't know. What? Hold on. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Hold on. What?
He's talking clear. Because my thing is fine.
Yeah, for me it's fine. Obviously, with I can hear you, but
Yeah, he's
I
fine.
don't know.
I
Don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't know. I don't know. But
Elijah's waffling again. You know what I mean? Elijah's waffling again. Now, but going back to it, when it comes to, yeah, so I went up there. Yes, Mike's is echoing. Okay, that's very strange. Um, Echoing?
I don't know. Like, God, I don't know what's happened here. I don't know what's happened here. I can't lie. I
I'm
don't know
joking.
what's happened.
So the whole time was echoing, and now someone told us, yeah.
Yeah. 30 minutes in.
Immense fraudulence. It sounds like
Oh,
auto
man.
tune.
What? Fuck's sake, man.
Listen,
I don't
your
know.
chat don't rate you both. I can't lie. Okay, listen, yeah. Elijah. listen, I don't know what it is, so I can't be. Listen, I'm not gonna waste Max's time. You lot can hold that. You know what I mean? Just hold that.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
gonna
hold
have
that.
to.
You can hear
Gonna
us,
have to.
innit? So it's auto
Yeah.
tune. Don't worry. Just put it over a song, and then you chilling. You know what I mean? If we just put it auto tune, whatever it is. But no, you know what it is, yeah. Going back to it now, you know. Yeah, I went up there and I remember looking, trying to go into Westfield. I look on the left and I'm seeing your stadium. I'm thinking, right, it's like the West Ham stadium. And I was like, yo, so what? They've put it right next to the Westfield. And my brain just was like, this don't make sense. Because if people are coming out, whatever, for Westfield on the weekend, or like, or there's a game on traffic, X, Y, and Z, whatever. But then I realized, because it used to be the Olympic Stadium, whatever it's called, it's
Yeah.
still a attraction in terms of people that were caring about the whole what's it called? They
The
care about
Olympics, innit?
the Olympics or whatever. They might want to, if they are in London, they might want to go have a look, and then because it's the same game, they might want to go see that. So yeah, man, I was thinking, yeah, cool. But then you see how, because obviously it's a Olympic stadium thing, innit? So it's not
Yeah.
it's not specifically built for football. So
No, it's
you
not.
can tell by even by looking from the outside that it's like that. So
Yeah. The
yeah,
problem is, bro, we don't even own it. We rent it. We rent the stadium, so that we don't have official like complete ownership of the stadium. So the problem is, you can paint your name on it, you can like put West Ham on it, but you can't actually change all the details of it.
yeah,
So like you can't even move the stadium closer to the like from the fans to the pitch, which is something we should have done in the first place, like 8 years ago when we moved, or 9 years ago now when we did move. That was a big problem with that. So we've owned it for basically we're renting it for like 99 years or some nonsense, and we don't even have any rights to it. It's called the London. Calling it the London Stadium. Walking into the stadium and the seats are all white, with some of it claret. Like that's not a West Ham stadium. That's a neutral venue. That's a neutral venue. Like that we don't have home games. We don't have home games. You're walking in and you don't feel like you're part of the home fans.
you know what's funny though? You know when they do the blow in the bubble, you just take so long for the bubbles to come across.
Bro, and you know what's so bad? You know when you create a chant in that stadium, yeah? When
Yeah.
it's like all loud? That it's so badly built that one side of the stadium is chanting one thing and the other side is chanting
there's a
another
delay,
thing. It's not
there's
a
a delay.
unison. Yeah. There's a delay, bro. It's a delay. There's no unison. You can't hear what you're just hearing chaos. That it's built like shit, bro. It's built like shit.
Yeah, so I hear it, innit? I hear it, but it's like, obviously these are the things. I think if the stadium was good, you know, and the atmosphere was better, then you know maybe fans was a little bit. Those are all these things that you know they stack up. You have the
Yeah.
stadium, not liking going to the stadium. The performances aren't good. The manager's rubbish. You had that obviously with Lopetegui last year. Like you have all these reasons, yeah, to not like West Ham right now. Do you know?
Yep. Yep.
It is like
So
it's
many.
crazy. So listen, really, let's talk about the game, innit? Like what my thing is, I can't see us not winning. Like we have to win after what we've done,
Yeah.
especially what happened in last week. We have to win, innit? So I don't know, or I can't see where we don't win. If that even makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, no, I can't see a single there's not a single part of me that thinks we're not losing. They're like we're losing that game. We're losing that game quite comfortably as well. And the problem is as well is like a lot of people, I know a lot of Chelsea fans, like when you guys win, you're like it's the best feeling in the world, like you guys are the best team in the world. Then when you lose, it's like Maresca out, fuck this bald guy. Like it like you guys just change like so quick. And the problem is that people are trying to gaslight me now into being like, yeah, but Palace were like they play five at the back, you guys play five at the back. And some people try to even say West Ham are better than Palace, we're not. But also Palace have a better midfield. Palace have a better structure. Palace have a better centre back unit. We just have Tadibo. Palace are more balanced. Palace have three attackers, we have two. Like we still like they have a way of playing, even though they're defensively structured, they have a way of playing when they do have the ball. We do to an extent, but we don't have the players. The problem with me for the manager is the personnel. So like the actual tactics and formation's fine, but the personnel is terrible. There's some like even though the squad's bad, there's other personnel choices you can get out of that. Which is why I'm not aggressive with the Potter out thing because even though it's like, cool, I'm Potter out, but I'm more like focusing on the ownership right now because this is you. This is you. Like I'm too tired of this whole manager out thing all the time. Like unless you're like Lopetegui level, I'm not going to that level anymore of like going super aggressive on the manager anymore because I know what the real problem is. Doesn't mean the manager shouldn't be criticised because I've criticised him, but there's not one single part of me that thinks West Ham are winning, West Ham are even drawing. And people be like, "Would you take a draw?" No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't take a draw in any game. In any single game I'm in, there's no point in taking a draw because West Ham don't win many games. So I could only demand a win. I want more wins. I want more wins than last season. I don't think it's gonna be hard to get that. Even though we were terrible last season, barely won a single game last season.
Hmm.
And I'm looking at the fixture list. I'm like, I can't see where our next win's coming from. Our next three games are Chelsea, Forest, and Tottenham. That's difficult. That's difficult. Even though Forest aren't the same as last season, Forest will be a difficult game. We haven't won at the City Ground. Tottenham at home, Chelsea at home. Jesus Christ, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to any game this season. There's nothing to look forward to.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I fixed the auto tune issue. His voice is calm now, innit? Do you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I fixed it. Um, yeah, listen, bro. I don't see much difference in the way we're gonna play. Maybe the manager will, change out Jao Pedro for the game and play the lap, or like these. It's just like because of the way we lost that game. I mean, it feels like a loss, but it's a draw, isn't it? But the way we
Yeah,
drew that game, I just feel like I don't necessarily see the manager having to make a like something. I don't think he has to do something else. I just feel like he has to just play the same team that he played before and just build that confidence in it. Once
yeah,
I feel like because we had this thing where everyone wanted to score their goals in it. Do you get it? Everyone wants to score the goal, whatever, like get their confidence up. Obviously, some of these players are all debutants for the club as well, so sometimes it's just about getting that confidence, getting that goal, and then you can build on that. And I feel like even though we've had like we started yesterday the other day, yeah, we don't like this three in the back system, and we know Potter likes to play those ways, but we have to be way more clinical, and also we have to be on the front foot. We can't be scared about um getting hit on the counter and that because obviously you still have Mr. Bowen up front. So it's not like,
yeah,
we can chill that much. But I do still think that it's about us taking the opportunities and that's one thing that we haven't done in since recently. We don't take our chances. We move the ball so slow, bro. So slow that it was like you man are taking a mick, bro. Because there's no way, yeah. Cool, because we have this thing what we do at Chelsea, yeah, where we begin the game and a lot of the times the opposition kind of know what they're gonna do, so they start on the front foot. They trying to press us, whatever, right? With us, we're kind of like to assess what's going on. So we can concede early in the game because sometimes we're still trying to adjust to what's going on. Okay, this is what they're doing on the pitch or whatever, and then we then try to slow the game down to our pace and play it the way we want to play it. But that's usually where you make the mistake where you get caught slipping, whatever. That those smaller teams kind of hit you on the counter quickly, or cross the
yep,
ball in, whatever. But we usually have a good control. Our rest defenses are fine as well. But I feel like we just have to make sure that as soon as we get the ball, we make use of the wingers. Do you know what I'm saying? We
mm-hmm.
make use of the wingers. We create the chances, move the ball quick, and I think like that was something that we've seen in pre-season where we just move the ball quick and accurate make and everyone and I don't know for whatever reason I don't like seeing this all Enzo on the right and Palmer on the left, not
Mm.
on the wing, yeah, but it's like in the half spaces or they just
Yeah,
operate slightly on the left. I don't like it.
yeah. You want Palmer in a different angles, in it. You want him to create, go on the inside, cut the reverse passes. João Pedro running in behind. What
Hmm.
the hell, bro? What the
No, I
what the
think what he
fuck is
wants to
this?
do,
No,
I
no, no.
feel like he
Look at
wants
this
him to
comment,
cross.
bro. Yasser, look at this comment. Look.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you know what it is, he's been calling you, this was his name before, yeah, and he kept saying you look like Mr. Tumble, and I've been trying to ignore it, yeah, and then now I've just click because he says I'm on auto tune. My voice is louder than my football stadium, and then he's put this photo on there, and he's How quick is it? Some of these, I don't listen. I've
These-
never seen him in my chat, by the way. Big up to you, though. You know what I mean? Big up to you. Because his name was GTA Nerd Vegan Teacher.
what
Bro,
the fuck?
that's mad, you know. The big up Devante as well. The only good thing about West Ham Stadium is Westfield Mall around the corner.
That's not
Listen,
even that good either, to be
this guy
honest.
supports Arsenal and Ajax. Both his teams are giving him meltdowns, bro. Like, he does match reactions for both, and then he does the aftermath, and he does the day after the day, and he's always fuming. Do you know what I'm saying? He's always fuming, bro. But big
Uh,
up to my guy. That's Devante. That's my guy, man. Big up Kieran as well. Hope you well. Esteval will start. I agree with that. I feel like we need to start Esteval anyway, because it's a bit. You know what it is with Neto. Neto sometimes just doesn't. He does too much fake shots. You know, he's like fake shot, bro. Cross the ball. We
yeah,
finally
pro
got
clubs,
someone
bro.
up
Yeah.
front, just cross the ball. Yes, obviously he might not be at the lap, but he, Joao Pedro might be a guy that likes the ball to feet more than actually, crossing the ball and that. But if he can get it on his head, then here's what it is. But that's about us even putting the early crossing. But that's what I was gonna say. With playing Palmer on the left, and that, I feel like maybe the manager thinks you can pull that ball in behind, or the in swing, or whatever they like to call it, from the left, whereas he
Yeah.
has to cut in and cross it over the head, whatever. Because I know that our manager likes doing this thing where he messes around with the tactics, and it. Okay, the manager might play like this, or this manager might play like that. So he likes to, for some games, put the play on the left and not the right. He does it depending on what the opposition do, innit? So for me, I don't know, innit? For me, I just feel like play him on the right. And if Esteval's going to play there, we've seen that they had very good link up when they play with each other. So don't put them away from each other. Play them closer to each other, innit? So, yeah, it's bad when Sunderland have a better setup than West Ham, right?
It's peak. It's
I
peak.
got,
It's true though.
I got Chelsea smoking West Ham. I'd be very surprised to see what West Ham even compete with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were just sluggish. We weren't fit versus Palace like we were in pre-season. But how could he be fit and then not fit? This is why I called it. We were sluggish and we were also lackluster, even though that's probably the same word. And for me, it was more we didn't move the ball quick enough in it. And we felt like sometimes you will get, how you get complacent. You feel like you'll get a goal eventually, and then you realize
Yeah.
later on, okay, I'm not getting the goal. I need to step it up. And I feel like we were in that kind of situation, innit? Nothing to worry about. We'll show what we are on West Ham and gain confidence.
Bro, we're being used to just get slapped around.
you
We're
know,
being used as the pedestal, man.
in certain games, you go to the store and you get the medic pack, the health pack, just to get yourself back to 100%. Yeah, this is one of them, bro. We're on
That
9%.
is.
We're about to die, so you just get the medic pack, bro. And Palace were in very good form. Yeah, there wasn't much difference between Chelsea and Arsenal's performance, except Arsenal got lucky at set pieces, and Chelsea didn't get lucky, bro. Bro, you look what rubbish. You see, even Tony tried to cook me today, yeah. And that fraud, because I went into his chat to say, yo, hopefully you're well and that, whatever, because he was live, yeah, and he likes to do this live on his phone thing. So he's not
Yeah,
live,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he goes, so you see me and he goes, yeah, sir, whatever, big up. I know you're trying to mock me, yeah. That's what he said. And I was like, I ain't said anything. I didn't say anything. He goes, I know you tried to mock me, but you've seen what happened to Palace, and we won the game. I was like, all right. And then he was like, but we got Liverpool next after Leeds, innit? He was like, they're going to rip us apart. I was like, all right. But this is the thing. Um, they were dominated in midfield. Who's that other guy? Who's that? Supermendi, bro. I told man he ain't better than Party. We've been saying it, he ain't better than Party, but because, selective,
Yeah.
because he's the highest level signing, it is what it is. Their centre backs, if they don't sit back here, you'll find out how much space they leave up
Yep.
between them.
Thank you. Yep.
So if
They
they
get
like
found out.
sitting back, this is why I think the manager is playing the way he's playing here, because he knows that the minute if he starts playing further forward, he's doomed.
Yep.
He's
I
doomed.
think there's so much reliance on them. Like, there's too much reliance on them playing high up because when Gabriel tries passing in between and stuff, he's not that good at it. And then
Mhm.
he gets caught out in space. Saliba's lost the fear factor. Cunha wasn't afraid to take him on. He was like going
Bro,
at Saliba.
he literally spun Ben White and just ran, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. But also deeper like this, yeah, their team is there's a lot of problems in their team here because they have all these players that are coming back from hamstring injuries, like
Hmm.
Timber. White has had mad injuries. Obviously, I don't think Timber necessarily had hamstring injuries, but he's obviously known for having that ankle and whatever other injuries that he had. Yeah, you have um, Gabriel who had that hamstring injury. He went out for the PSG game and that. Calafiori's been injured in and out, so all these players can't recover if they play a high line. At some point, they'll keep sprinting back and get injuries, which is, I think, part of the reason why he sits back because he just
Yeah.
knows, yeah, that if I play these people up forward, you see what if you watch the was it what's the game Bilbao game that they played? Gyökeres scored and that, or was it the
Hmm.
Villarreal one when Pepe was playing? Bro, these man, you know what the positions they just lob the ball. They lob the ball, yeah.
Oh, I saw the
And you
goalkeeper
seen it how it always,
transition, didn't it?
they all trying to head it away, but then it bounces again, and then they just catch them like that, yeah, because they're all messing about in the back. It's a problem for them, bro. It is a problem for them, and I
It's a
feel
big
like
problem.
for me being in that, a lot of people always say, but it's the first year, it's the first year. I mean, it's the season just started and that, but you can't just reset. The problem with Arsenal, we know that you can't just reset their thing in it, because if you reset what they've done, you have 6 years with this manager. I expect them to have like a well-known, sorted style by now, and then you just
Hmm.
need to improve the players in there and then move forward from that, innit? But they keep just going back, 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 back. So, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Their thing's a different problem. But yeah, like I said, just going back to our game quickly. I don't, we always go left, left or right. Our shows always go left. But yeah, like I said, I feel like for me, we've heard Tosin will potentially be back, which will help. Even though I don't necessarily feel like Achupong had a bad game, even though he made a couple of, small mistakes and that. But like I said, it's not. You don't expect someone of his age to just be smooth sailing. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It don't always work like that. Considering also that the backline always changes for us. Do you know what I mean? It always changes. For Fana, because he's injured, he don't really, Cole never really gets to play with him, so he has to play with Chalaba. So we never have like a consistent centre back pairing to say those are the two playing all the time.
Yeah.
Our fullbacks, we never have issues with our fullbacks. And Gusto is like, was it Ugarte who shot against Arsenal? Was it him that skied it?
Yeah, that shot. Oh my
That's
god.
Gusto
Yeah.
for our team, yeah. The minute he
I
wants to
saw
go,
that shot.
the minute he wants to shoot, you're like, no, 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 just pass, pass, cross it, just cross, don't shoot, don't shoot. Because every time he shoots, he just skies it. There's only a couple of times where he shoots on target and he just gets saved. So it's like, don't shoot, just you not allowed to shoot. And I'm just, no, you just keep hitting the fans in the stands, bro. Don't shoot. But
Yeah.
yeah, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm confident. And I know last time you were predicting that we're gonna beat you. Remember when I was like, listen, this is not
Yep.
going well. Because remember both our strikers got injured in that deadline day game, yeah? And it was like,
Yeah.
oh, and then you were like, nah, you'll still win. But
Yeah.
this
Two.
time I
I
do
literally predicted 2-1, bro. I literally predicted West Ham would score first and Chelsea would score two. And what happened? What
exactly that
fucking
happen.
happened? Right.
And yeah, listen, I am confident and I still think, yeah, I'm not gonna be disrespectful and say 5. I think it's like 4, innit? I think 4. I know a lot of man in the chat been saying 5. I just think 4-0. We'll control the game and just get out of there, innit? You know what I'm saying? And listen, Potter better behave the same way he behaved before, innit? But you see, I think one of the reasons a lot of people get onto you, yeah, not onto you specifically, yeah, but when it's the Potter talk, and they like to get ahead of what's happening, innit? Because we've had him,
Yeah.
and he's so
Yeah.
predictable as a manager, yeah. We used to tell you he's gonna say the players played well, yeah, and he always does it. He always does it, and now you realize how annoying it is
No,
when
I
he
don't listen to press conferences when it comes to managers. I do
he
not listen
came
to
out
press
straight away and he
conferences.
was like, "We played well," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah, smoking crack, man. All these managers, man. I don't like managers in press conferences, man. I don't listen to them. They're all boring as fuck.
Yeah, look, the minute but man picked up the ball in his face, I yelled to the TV, "Don't shoot!" and he still took the shot. But you just know with him, and he wraps the ball in it. He just hits it. If you're gonna do that, you need to aim low. You almost need to aim like you try to hit a pass or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but if you kick ball, you know in it. You know when you just
Yeah,
know that what I want to shoot, but I can't aim top corner because it's gonna go way higher. So you think you're
yeah.
gonna aim at the bottom. You do that, and if it goes high, okay, cool, it might hit top corner, just under the bar, innit? But these men are aiming top corner and just hitting it, and it's and every look at David say one day we'll score a banger eventually. Listen, not everyone. because we all know Gomez has been trying to score a goal at Liverpool for years, but that never
Oh
happened.
yeah, bro.
Every year they
Yeah.
laugh at him about not scoring a goal, but yeah, man, it's yeah, bro. West Ham is not in a good position right now. We're
Nah.
not looking the greatest either, but it's just you just have to make sure that you get through it, innit? And I feel like it ain't easy. Do you know what I mean? I haven't been as low as you in terms of where the club is, innit? But I've
Yeah.
been around that 12 with Potter and Poch, even though we were higher up and we were winning the big games, we were losing the games we shouldn't be losing. So people just, do you know what it is as well? That a lot of people can't separate between a player not playing well because of the system and not playing well because he's actually rubbish.
Yeah.
Because of people don't actually know how much a system covers up for certain players and that. So I've always said this, bro. It's gonna be if you don't wake up, you'll find yourself with like I was seeing the table today, League Two, and that Warsaw's in League Two. I didn't even know, bro. Like some of the teams in League One, League Two, Championship, you just think, bro, how are you there and how are you still there?
Yeah. I don't know, bro. That's
Yeah.
gonna be us if we're not careful.
So yeah, it's about being careful, like you said. So yeah, man, it's crazy. Big up football like a room banter, and certain man shoot like it's golf, it's peak.
Yeah. Golf club foot.
And said golf, top golf. It's not a football pitch, it's top golf, you know what I mean?
Top golf for my days.
You know
Yeah.
what me and Elijah was saying the other day, yesterday though? If
What?
you he was saying at some point you have to use that boxing thing behind you.
Oh yeah. Listen.
It,
Any more losses like that,
well, this is the
like,
thing.
bro.
I said to him, it might be this Friday. It might be this Friday, depending on how it goes. Because you know, sometimes you do want to catch a break. So like, you know, how when you have a defeat like that, you like for us, okay, cool, didn't play well. We have West Ham, which is for us, yeah, cool. It's a good thing. Whereas for you, the Chelsea game was just coming at the wrong time.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Do you get it? If you had like I don't know, maybe a Brentford or any of those teams that or Bournemouth, even though they're kind of they're not as bad as we thought they might end up being, yeah. Uh, that might give you like a level playing field or something where you can perform better and get yourself back up. But those are the games that you might have to lose, but then you have to win the other games that come up. Do you get? You know when you have like an easier
Yep.
period, those you have to win. And yeah, bro, it's looking dark for us time,
It's,
bro.
bro, it's dark, man. It's
Dark.
dark.
You know what I'm saying? It can't be claret and blue no more. It's just it's just black
It's
and
just
blue.
dark.
It's
Yeah,
dark,
bro. Yeah, we just
dark.
get beaten up.
I
Just get
said
beaten
dark
up.
red for a reason. You know. Yeah, that's
That's doing it,
crazy.
man.
West Ham gonna turn Max into a pro boxer. Yeah, pro influencer. Do you know what I'm saying? He could be on the undercard of Rance's boxing fight on Saturday. You know what I mean? Big up AK as well. Why does Walsall Stadium has Poundland all over their stadium? They're sponsored by Poundland, isn't it? I know I've played on that pitch
That's crazy.
before, but I know that they're sponsored by Poundland. I can't lie. When I played on that pitch, yeah, it was just at the end of COVID. So imagine no one kicked the ball in ages, and them man are telling us 11 aside and that for a tournament. It was a charity tournament. I was like, all right, cool. I went there. The grass was nice, and I was like, bro, why are we always playing on these dead pitches, bro? Look at this grass. Do you know what I mean? Where's this grass, bro? But yeah, man, Mike just wanna punch up anybody after the West Ham game. That's why he locks the door in his room, bro. Just stays inside. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to
Game,
catch
man.
anyone else. Yasser
The
versus
fucking.
AJ. I listen, bro.
Oh my god.
That's disrespectful, blood. You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect me like that. You know what I'm saying? It's only, bro, AJ. That's light work, bro. You know? That's light work. You know what I'm saying? Nah, nah, nah. Max, I'll give you a punching bag if that helps you. A picture of, so yeah, that's what I was saying. I said this. You need to put a picture of O'Sullivan and Potter, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Not soon, Potter not soon, but do you know what I'm saying?
It might have to happen still.
Yeah, big up Joey, man. I'm about to hit you up for a show, fam. He's saying that. I think he's saying that to you. I think he's saying
Oh,
that to
okay.
you because a West Ham fan. But he might even
Yeah,
he might be saying it to me too. I don't know. Oh no, it's you. He said Mike's. Yeah, it says Mike's. Yeah, yeah.
Alright, say this.
Um, bro, AJ, listen. the people that have seen me know, innit? I might look little and that here. I'm not hooks in terms of height, but you know what I'm saying? You but man's, you know what I'm saying? I've been going gym since I was young, fam. And I'll say, I'll lift you up with one finger, blood. You know,
He boxes though. He
that's
boxes.
you, AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can box, bro. That don't matter, fam. When you see the punch coming, bro, it don't like alarm bells ringing. You know what I'm saying? Hitting a punching bag's not the same as getting punched, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's not
It's
the
true.
same.
It's true.
But yeah, bro, it's just listen. The game. I didn't even think the game was gonna be on Friday. I was thinking, yo, give us a Saturday, a weekend game. But yeah, they were like Friday after work. You have to go watch your team. You know
Long
that we
day.
just adjusting to watching our team again, innit? Because the league's literally just started, so we had a
Yeah.
little break. We done our thing, whatever. Obviously, our football was a bit later on because remember we had the whole Club World Cup, so we kind of never ended the whole watch-alongs and whatever. But you had the little break, and then that man just flew straight back into the football again. You know what I mean? And I feel like,
Yep.
hopefully, we do what I think this team can do. Do you know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. That's where we get disappointed, innit? Where we know this team can do better. And seeing what we saw last weekend was a bit disappointing. I think it was a bit more disappointing than me losing my head about it. Because I was like, it's the first game. I remember us losing. I think we were losing games all the way to match day 8 under Conte.
Yeah.
And still won the league. So just losing it doesn't mean anything. But also, you can't just move past it when you see certain things, innit? Like you've seen some red flags in your team. You can't just be like, you know what, it's the first game. Don't worry, man. We'll stay. You can't do
No
that because
chance.
then, yeah, because you have to be honest. Okay, I've seen some of these things, but we still have to make sure we sort these things out. So, yeah, man. We've just done just less than an hour, actually, 58 minutes. Big up to all of you. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit the likes, subscribe. Both Max's channels are in the link, bro. The Max React channel and the GFO channel, innit? Make sure you're subscribing, people. But I don't want to keep asking, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Here, listen to what I'm saying, yeah, and listen carefully.
Make sure you're subscribing, bro. I don't want to keep asking you, man, about hitting the subscribe button, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're hitting the like, subscribe. Listen, man. I see you all in the next one. And yeah, man. Peace.